I learned how to mute them now. Yeah, I took the magic button. So I got the button.
Smart Alec.
Hey, hey, hey. I guess you can unmute too. Yes. But they can unmute too. I just learned.
Anyway, they did a really bad job and maybe worse than.
7:00, call the meeting of the Milan Township Board to order, starting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Treasurer Joel Bott.
Here.
Trustee Olga Manzik. Supervisor Phil Heath.
Here.
Trustee Bob Dubkowski.
Present. Clerk Barb Collins.
Here.
All right. Well, here. For you. It is public comment 9 again. And everyone is free to make their public comment. I have no problem. We are going to, we have a 2-minute timer. That is your limit, 2 minutes. And try to keep this friendly and neighborly, contrary to some of the opinions going around. So, you know, no discrepancy. So, I guess who would like to start with public comment? In the back. State-
With Apex Clean Energy, happy to stick around after the meeting, answer any questions from residents. We also have office hours every Thursday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the Collins Center in downtown Milan.
Let me let it reset. He didn't take too much, so I'm gonna. Matter of fact, go ahead, state your name and stuff.
I'm Al Winderman, I'm a resident of Milan Township. My question is for the board. Has the special use permit been filed through Apex with you guys yet?
No, it has not.
Thank you.
Well, you got to use my time.
You're rich stuff.
That is one thing, and it's a very good question. Until it comes to the board for application, there's really not much, I mean, it's America, everybody can, but there's nothing that this board can do at this point, is all I'm saying, at this point in the game. So, okay, who would like to be next? Tim.
My name is Tim Stoll, Milan Township. I'd like to bring up a comment that they said the other, or Tuesday night on the amendment of the solar ordinance. Is that on the agenda for tonight?
Not for the, that is the planning commission.
No, they were gonna bring it to the board tonight.
No, we were.
No?
No,
Oh,
then
explain
it's
that to me
something
while
the
it's-
planning commission works on, and then they bring it to the board after we've worked on it.
That's the standard procedure.
That's right.
But I plan to put solar on the agenda.
Well, we can certainly discuss it.
We can put that on.
But there's no action by the planning commission at this time to bring to the board.
Correct.
I thank you.
That's okay. You need 2 of them. Yeah, but I have to have 2, 1 is reserved. Would anybody else like to say anything now? We do have comment at the end of the.
Sharon Forster, Milan Township. I just have a few things here to get out to the board. Apparently you have to get it out to board and then you guys take it to the planning commission. So right here, right now, I've got some ordinances for you
I
guys.
thought this was comments.
She can hand out her paperwork.
I
and the
got 2
board will
minutes,
act on it.
I got 2 minutes, I can see Mary got a little later. And then here's some more information for you guys. I'm sorry.
I didn't get one of those.
I got two.
There we go. Nope, okay. There we go. And here. And then I have some more information still from Summerfield. This is just information for you guys to look over because I know this is a big project. And I hope you read it, Bob. Good, I'm glad you did that. So how many seconds do I have?
Not many.
Okay, so, my question is when, if this project goes through, who's gonna be paying for the meetings, all these extra meetings for this solar project?
Whoever is applying for an
So
application,
Apex is gonna be paying,
whoever is making application is responsible for the payment of everything incurred. Hurry, you got 3
okay,
sandbars left.
all right, so, would Apex send out a survey?
I can't answer that. You'll have to talk with
Well,
Colin
can you-
after the,
Can you ask Apex? They're here.
no, your 2 minutes is up, but Sharon, politely,
Okay,
I
can I
said,
have somebody's 2 minutes?
no.
Yeah. You had mine.
So I
What's
got
your
2
name? What's your name?
Laura Stoll.
Okay,
We're not gonna start yielding.
it's open air. So, why does Apex ruin farmland? Why are they coming after the farmers? You can ask them. I'm just asking the board.
You ask the board, we'll ask them later. This is not for discussion.
Okay, then let's go to the solar ordinances. I would like you to look at the RIGA ordinance, and I think we need to put some more setbacks on it. I would like to address the noise on our ordinance.
Sharon, evidently you missed the point of once they make application,
I
that
know,
is when
but-
these questions come due.
And I can sing Mary Had a Little Lamb. I got 2 minutes. So,
But you're not getting anybody else's.
oh,
Taking 20 seconds.
I can do whatever whoever wants to give me.
Sharon, proceed, you're wasting time.
Okay, thank you. I don't think I'm wasting time. But I just want to know about the recycling part of this too. I'd like to have a cost analysis done on a panel that's broke down, or, when you break it down. I want to know about the labor, the electric, the fuel, the chemicals in the cell. What are the cells? How do you break the cells apart? Show me a video on how they are separate, how you separate the panels, how much chemicals, again, breaking down the panel. Are they truly green? Is it gonna cost more to recycle? Or buy new? I mean, it's a legit question. Say, where did these old panels go? Does anybody know? Do you know? They go to a landfill. They'll say recycling, but no. So I need to know. I would like to see a video on the recycling, really. I gotta take this off. I would like to see a recycling video on it, and just see what it's all about. Because I don't think there is any recycling. Matter of fact, I know there's no recycling.
Well, your time is definitely up,
Okay.
Sharon,
All right,
honestly.
thank you.
As a friend and a neighbor, as a friend and a neighbor, you've got concerns, and I honestly am concerned.
I'm
But again-
concerned too.
Until it comes to the application part is when it will, these questions
Well, I
are
just want to make
justified.
sure that you guys know that.
And you handed us handouts, I personally will guarantee you I read it,
Okay,
everybody that wants one can
That's-
read it,
that's what I
but
want
the
to know.
proper place for this discussion is after application.
Oh, okay.
If I was for it or I was against it, I couldn't make a decision, what I'm saying, the board cannot make a decision,
Yeah,
period.
so I just, I'll be back. Thank you.
Thank you,
You're very welcome.
you really confused my fan timer.
Yes,
Laying on this, I don't know what to do.
there you go.
It's neutral.
So. And if you have any questions, you can call me. You know my number.
If not, she'll give it to you.
That's right.
So we just saw up here on your chalkboard, eagle. I don't know if the board realizes that according to Eagle, in the state of Michigan, there has never, ever been a study to tell if after 30 years having solar panels on a piece of property, it could ever go back to being farmland. And that's according to Eagle. Anybody can call them and ask. It's never been studied in the state of Michigan.
What's your name?
Alan Linden.
I appreciate that input. That's
Are
something
you
I
Milan Township?
I am,
Thank you. Okay.
I was not aware, and that's something that we can check on.
yeah.
And I'm sure, again, these are things, contrary to popular belief, I really do want to hear everybody, and you had that was a very good point, very good point. And it's something we can check on.
Right.
But as of now, in general questions, we can't answer anything you're concerned, and that's all I want people to know. This is,
I wasn't looking for an answer, I'm just giving. you
and I
information.
appreciate that. You got a minute left, anyway. Yes, ma'am.
Denise Breyer, Milan Township. I just had a question of when we decided to reevaluate the ordinance to get the consideration of the amount from the property lines from
Setback.
750 yards. I think we need to start at 1,000. We can't even think, 50 is way too close.
1,000, if you're not real good at minute, I'm not being me. That, it's 5,000 feet in a mile. That's over a quarter mile setback. That takes up almost every 80-acre farm. You would have a spot that big.
Maybe
in
we
a-
need to look around land for it.
But it's something that setbacks, again, this goes back to when application is made. These are questions you can column behind you. You can say, hey, this is what we want to see, what we want to do, bring it to the planning commission. Or say, this is what we would like to see, or whatever.
Well, the ordinance would have to be put in place before anybody puts in an application.
There is an ordinance in effect.
Which needs
But-
to be
Well,
evaluated. Yes.
our constitution's in effect and it needs work, so we'll, our timer's up. Name, please.
I'm Jim Turner. I just got a question. What is your guys, do you guys know what the percentage of on ag 1 and 2, if you have a residential home you can build on your land? Like if you have an acre, what is the percentage that you can build houses and structures on your property?
Is it a minimum of 250 foot of road required road
Is it
frontage?
just meeting all setbacks or is it a percentage? Because I know.
No,
I'm not
it
familiar
has
with
to
what
do
you-
with setbacks and it's in the ordinance. Look on the township website.
Shouldn't
You
guys
have that on there,
the
right?
ordinance right there?
Bill, or the,
I mean,
It's
it's
on
all the
usually
ordinances are on the
like
website, right?
65% of the
Whatever
land
that
is what you can build a structure on, is what I'm getting at.
No,
What-
there's
what-
no
what-
percentage. It's all set by setbacks.
So
I
like in the
believe.
1 acre with the setbacks, what is that percentage?
There's no, I wouldn't have a clue. No, look on the.
And that's all
It
dependent on the health
It
department
explains
also.
how close to the
I'm just doing
signs,
the
how
simple
close to the
math.
road, how close to the back.
I'm
it
just,
can be.
I'm just curious, because I'm actually on the Milan Township Planning Commission, and I'm trying to get insight from what you
There
guys.
it
say.
Oh, well, then
to-
check out our building regs and
Right.
it explains, I think it's page 40.
Because I mean, what my biggest concern is with on our side, and I mean, you guys should be concerned about this, is if you're not letting the people, the residents build to the amount that your setbacks are with the solar in those fields, I feel that on both ends here, that you're giving them the advantage over your own residents.
We give the
See what I'm
farmers
saying? If your
advantage over
setbacks on a
residential.
residential house is more
I understand your perception, and
for the
I
percentage of property is what I'm getting.
will have to check on it.
I'm just curious, because we're trying to go through too, so.
Bob's on the planning commission. These are
Check
valid
the
questions.
regs. It explains, how that works.
Maximum is 35%.
Hey, 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 hey.
So 35% of 1,500 acre field,
It's on
I
ag
mean,
two.
that's way less than what your guys' setbacks are
Yeah.
set at. That's what I'm getting.
Here, here's the ordinance.
So basically, you're letting them do,
Oh.
you're letting the solar companies
She's
do.
got to have
It's
her
not
time.
necessary.
That is not necessary.
Just saying.
Let's keep this to a low
I was
chair.
trying to help.
Sharon, anymore?
He's on the planning commission, he has the ordinances.
He doesn't have it in front of him, so.
You don't need it, this is a board meeting, not a planning
Comment.
commission
What it
meeting, that was 2 nights ago.
I have it in front of me if anybody wants to hear it.
You've had your turn, I'm trying to keep this down.
Hey, if you don't want to hear it, just tell me.
Do I got more time? Or because I'll-
Yeah, we'll have to give it 2 minutes.
Well, I'm gonna bring it out, 'cause-
No, that's the planning commission answer.
Okay.
And contact the planning commission.
35% is not,
What you're saying makes sense
that's
to me.
well under everybody's setbacks.
I
for
mean,
the solar,
when you look at it that direction, I'm going, okay, that's what you're saying,
You know.
but that's not what we're here for tonight. Until,
I mean, we're going through.
I got, okay, anybody, Bill, or.
Bill Hostler, Milan Township. I just want to know, a question to you guys. I sat in on the planning commission meeting the other night, and from what it sounds like, nobody thought about us as residents when you decided to push this ordinance through. There is nothing in the ordinance that says they can't expand. There's nothing in the ordinance that gives us personal property guarantees. Nothing. I mean, they can come, once they put in the 900 acres, they can come in and just do whatever they want and just start expanding. Next thing you know, I don't live in a rural community. I live in an industrial solar community.
It's a lease, it's not, they don't own it.
Doesn't matter.
Firstly-
It's a lease, whatever, they're gonna have control of your property or whoever's property. it is.
Bill.
They're gonna control it. I get my 2 minutes.
Yeah, I am, and what I wanted to tell you, it was advertised in the Monroe Evening News for the planning commission.
Most people don't get the paper. I never got a postcard. I
That's
didn't
been my
hear about it
argument.
until I seen them drilling the stuff in the ground, and then I asked questions, and they
Same here.
still didn't get answers. You know, everybody here, it's the same thing happening in London Township, they don't know nothing.
I'm not
Nothing.
arguing.
May I ask a question?
It got pushed through during COVID, it's been 2 years ago, we need to readdress the ordinances and do this a different way. We need more safety for our community, because this ain't doing nothing for our community. Nothing, we're driving our property values down and putting an eyesore in our community. That's my opinion.
And
This decision was made solely upon dollar signs. That's it.
Under the table.
That's it. Whatever. That's my opinion.
everybody's entitled to. it.
Everybody, when a big corporation comes in and throws money at you, get scared. Get scared, because you start thinking, oh, this is a no-brainer. I'm gonna make this much money. Hell, that's a no-brainer. You don't do your investigation, and then down the road, you're thinking, I just screwed myself, because I got myself into something I can't get out of.
Up for,
Just like a timeshare.
And kids too.
Yep.
right here,
Yeah,
Bill. Thank
I'm
you.
good.
Thank
I
you.
would like the rest of my time, because I didn't get 2 minutes before I can use his time. Because I would like to say something about if it's a family and they have a farm and they put this in, is this a 10-year, a 20-year, a 30-year? Are you talking 30 years? What happens when that property owner passes away? Happens to the inheritance? Are they able to sell? Are they able to have them come in and dismantle it if they don't want it anymore? What if they live out of town and can't manage it? Who's gonna manage it?
Who's gonna manage what? They get a check, a yearly check.
No, the house can't just sit, or the farm can't sit, or the farmland can't sit. It's gotta be put somewhere. If it's in an estate, it's somebody's. This is a legitimate thing, so.
I'm trying to soak
It's
it in.
very legitimate. If somebody passes away and it's in their name and it's willed to somebody else, if that person can't take care of it or don't want it or can't do it, is it locked in for 30 years? Can it be undone?
I don't know how it could, once you buy a car and somebody dies and leaves it to somebody else, you still got it in your garage.
So if you inherited a plot of all that, what are you supposed to do with it? Just, you can't sell it, you can't do anything with it? That's,
That's honestly, that's a lawyer thing.
That's something we gotta look into.
I'm just saying that my only answer that I can give you, and I'm number a brick, is that's a lawyer question. Good question. I'm not arguing that point. It's just,
I would wanna know before I can send my township. I wanna know.
comes at the meeting when it opens up. And hopefully there'll be somebody. that wants to hear it.
Okay. Will they even respond? No.
Anyone else?
Quick question.
I have somebody on here, Stephanie, and she wants to ask a question.
Okay, go Steph.
Hi, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Wait a second, let me get over it. I'll take it.
I'm the deaf guy.
Put it in front of the mic there.
Yeah.
Hi Steph.
Hi, can everybody hear me okay?
I got you now.
Okay, perfect. So I just wanted to make a comment. So as we can all see that, the trust in this township has, kind of run amok, lately. And so at the last planning commission, there was a lot of different, hesitancies with the ordinance that was passed in 2020. So there was a motion to, reopen it, to kind of relook at it because there's new litigation going on, and new information coming out about solar. So I would just really urge as people who were voted in to really look out for the residents and the township, just to, maybe think about that and be open to changing the ordinance before a site plan even comes through. Because like everybody's kind of saying is that ordinance is what's going to protect the residents in the way that the master plan states, which from what I understand is at first, right? So we want to keep our rural life and having a haphazard solar plan come through. Definitely think there should be an ordinance, but I really think that you guys as a board who were elected by the township and obviously are respected by the people of the township, or else you wouldn't have been on the board, would do the best for the township to really work with the planning commission to relook at the ordinance and update it as, the 8 of you, 10 of you see fit, because it really will protect the township. So I just want you guys to think about that and really try to rebuild the trust in the township, because as we can see, it's kind of haphazard right now.
I get what you're saying, Steph. I appreciate your input and we'll consider everything said here tonight.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for catering to my ear.
There you go. Somebody else over here. Phil, I have a question.
Cheryl,
Why, could they have not said at the beginning, because we were in the middle of a pandemic, when Apex first came in and asked to put solar in, couldn't they have said, whoa, we're not interested right now, we're in the middle of a pandemic, can we wait until we get some ordinances in place and get some input from our township? Couldn't they have done that?
this started prior to the pandemic originally, their interest. What happened was, and evidently it wasn't according to the public or whatever reason, we had zero solar ordinance.
Right.
With zero solar ordinance or with zero ordinance on anything. And we went through it with the trailer park over here. They wanted to put one in and said, no. With the ordinance in place, we have some control. And that's basically what we've done now is there's one in place. And it definitely sounds like it's needing to be worked on and tweaked. But it wasn't slid to under COVID. If it was, it wasn't intentional. It was
See?
Yeah, but that's beside the fact, where we're at now tonight is hearing people want it reopened. They explain that to the planning commission. The planning commission is gonna look at it. And I can sit here and blow smoke up your skirt all night and tell you how, I don't know. I don't know. We will try to work for you. We will try to work with you.
So the ordinances are not a done deal. We are not stuck with the ordinances that.
No, we do have the ordinance. We do have an ordinance which was to University of Michigan and all the experts and other surrounding community, ordinances that we compiled one together. And that's what happened.
Okay.
And in fairness, you ran out of sand.
So you said there isn't a whole lot. you
Name
can-
and address.
My name is Daryl Howard. I'm from Milan Township, Planning Commission. So earlier you said that there wasn't a whole lot you can do until the applicant filled out permits to proceed with the project, correct?
No, make applications for a
To make
project.
application,
Yeah.
but if they send an application with your guys' zoning ordinance, solar ordinance, they're going to go to what you guys have as of right now.
As of right
So-
now.
It would almost be too late at that point because it would come in front of you at that time. How would you have time to adjust the ordinance the way that the residents currently want right now, if you're telling them to wait until?
That'll be up to the attorneys on who pushes.
Another thing is, could you guys amend the ordinance right now and send it back to the planning commission? If, I know that.
We
you guys
can't
said you
do,
guys
the
should-
planning commission does the ordinance.
Oh, I understand that, I'm on the.
Yeah.
But it comes from you guys to go back to them for revised review. Amending, you guys can send it to get amended right now if you guys felt like it.
Well, that was pretty
Right.
much done it Tuesday night,
The
wasn't it?
planning commission, if he was here, said they're going to.
The planning commission don't have a choice, the board has to send it to the planning commission. You guys,
Well,
they're not elected officials, you guys are elected officials.
You guys are.
We can send back the zoning
They're,
ordinance for
they're
review
appointed
to the
position.
planning commission.
yeah, so it's gonna go to you, they might do their own thing, but it's gonna have to go to you guys back.
Well, I'll do it right now. I don't know if I'm supposed to or not,
I
but
mean,
the board will refer it back to
The board can
Amend it-
suggest
amend
any
it back to-
changes that it wants.
Right,
And we
and
will
also for
consider
you to
that.
open it up for
But
review.
legally to open it, you have to
Yeah.
amend it for them to open it
That's
back
correct.
up because it's already a set word.
yes, because you guys already approved what they had, they can't open it back
What
up.
we had,
You
right,
send
but
it back.
now you want me to send it back, which we are.
Yeah, that means you have to do it here to send it back to them to review it.
All right,
Well,
well,
we can check with what.
Amendment to the solar ordinance.
We'll work on that and get it done right here in the new business.
Appreciate it, thank you.
I see somebody in the back.
My name is Aaron Walker, Ostrander, and I just wanted to say that I will be inheriting. I am the 8th generation. And I do believe that it is like perfectly fine for private landowners to allow this to happen on their land. And I'm gonna be inheriting this. I understand this. I've spoken with my parents about this. It is gonna be my responsibility when they pass on. Not somebody else's, it is mine, because it is going to be my land. That's all I wanted to say.
All right, thank you very much. Now, hearing any others, we do have. Yes, ma'am. Oh, Mike, state your name, please.
Michael Pinkowski, London Township trustee. It's the board's actions to initiate any amendments to any ordinance. PCA is pretty much like a advisory committee. So you advise them to write your own ordinance. This board has the final say when it comes down to it. Secondly, when was I know this is a question, we shouldn't ask this to our citizens, and when was the last time your master plan was reviewed or initiated to be reviewed by your board?
4 or 5 years ago, we went through the whole update. Off the top of my head.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah. There were changes made then and it has been done.
Within the last board.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
Last but not least, sorry. My name is Jeffrey Benor, I'm from Erie Township. I also attended the London meeting earlier in the week. We have 150 acre solar farm down in Erie. There's another 100 acres proposed. We're not quite as far along as you guys are. So we put a 6-month moratorium on ours, just so we could learn, the residents could learn, the planning commission could learn. It's a big project, right? There's a lot of unknowns. I learned today that there's gonna be an educational seminar with Kevin Martis on February 9th. I don't know the location yet. They didn't tell me the location, but the planning commission and the boards will all be invited to that. From Ravenville, Erie, London, Milan, and the South Township.
Very good.
Yeah, so it'll be, whether you're for or against it, it'll be an educational for the boards and planning commissions.
I'm ready to hear anything.
Yeah, to learn, the pros and cons and what's going on and how it affects the residents. More to come.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Bill, that's supposed to be exclusive for board members and planning commission.
When is that?
February 9th.
You got it.
They haven't found a location yet.
Okay, board members, and we'll be aware of that. All right, anybody else? We can move on. Oh, Renee, ma'am.
Renee Johnson, I live in the old village store. So it just seems to me like this whole solar thing is coming in like super fast, hot and heavy, and I know y'all were working on it, like back when COVID was happening, when everybody was worried about what mask to wear and whatnot, and nobody was worried about what's happening with solar, but now that, did you get my time going? Okay, so, but now that, so now that everybody is aware that the solar is happening, and there's a lot of conflicting things that I'm hearing, so I was at the London Township meeting, and there was a lot of people that are concerned, and there's just a whole lot of concerns, right? So then I went to the planning commission meeting, and there's like even more concerns, because it was, people weren't aware, and there's like, a lot of information coming to us from other townships. So I don't know if everybody's aware, but there's like townships have turned this down, so it was Raga Township, Deerfield, Ida.
Summerfield.
Yep, Centerfold.
Yeah, and Augusta is looking to turn it down. There's other townships that have not turned it down, but they're looking for moratoriums. Because like, when you're getting sold something, you get all the glory of the sales, right? And you get sold the good story, right? Because everybody does that. That's how I bought that stupid house, right? So,
Here.
yeah, but then you get down to the real nitty-gritty. What is it really? And I think like everybody, like if this is a good deal for our township, I think everybody would be for it. But I'm thinking there's a lot of things that maybe not be good for this township. So I think possibly we could like do like the moratorium, like stop for like 6 months to a year, evaluate what's gonna happen to our ground, what's gonna happen to our real estate, to our properties. Like, I wanna sell that house someday. Someday, it's just, and I don't
Them
know.
studies are in process now. Some of them already are in effect.
I know, and while you're talking, I'm gonna say, I've got a study that shows my property value is gonna go down quite substantially. I put a lot of money into fixing that up. And, I just like, I think that if there's an opportunity to like, put the brakes on this, slow it down a bit so everybody can get some facts, maybe have some town hall meetings on it, or public meetings, maybe you've done that already and I wasn't aware of it, but however it goes, I think we need more information. We should just like, slow it down until we get that. That's you can do my time.
Noted well. Thank you, Renee. All right. If there's nothing else, I'd like to go on to our regular pay and the bills and move through this here now. Again, like I said, whatever happens, and we'll try to accommodate what people have brought up. But for actual changes that we'll have to be attending planning commissions and like you said, town hall, stuff like that is where questions and suggestions can be brought up. Our hands are loosely tied right now to what we do. We'll refer it back, as they said, to the planning commission and go that direction, but let me tell you, I'm new to all this.
So
Everybody is.
yeah.
No, not having to look at friends and neighbors. And I don't want an enemy. I want everybody to be happy. And I'm learning right along with you guys. So we'll move on to the consent agenda with the board.
I would like to add solar.
Under the, okay, under new business.
But it's old.
Solar what?
Okay, you want to put it under all?
Yes.
Okay.
What is a solar what?
Solar project.
Put that under older, okay. Everybody's ready to disperse, list the fund balances, the minutes, consent agenda. Is everybody ready to vote aye or nay to accept it as presented? Or do you want to go through? Well, we don't want to take anything away from Joel. The minutes, is it?
I make the motion, we accept the agenda.
I'll second that.
Moved and supported, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Disbursements.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Barb,
We had, our payroll for the month of December was $7,877.03. And our bills that we paid were $10,667.69. For a total disbursements in December of $18,544.72.
any questions? Hearing no questions, motion being ordered to accept.
I'll make a motion to accept the
Disbursement.
paying disbursements.
I'll second that.
Moved and supported, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Fund balance with Joel.
I'm glad to see everybody's here to listen to this. Your general fund has 251,197. Your tax account has 610,208. Your fire fund has 86,230. Your road fund has 75,239. For a total of 1,022,876. We have 7 CDs, 4 of them just came due. And we redid those for another year. The whole national CD comes up in June. Our old national savings account has a 135,265 in it from the COVID relief money. So you have a combined total of $1,574,455.
Any questions? Hearing no questions, I'll make a motion to accept the fund balance report.
I'll accept that.
Moved and supported, all in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Under old, well, let's see.
Nor the building department.
As I say, either one. We'll move on to the building department report, Olga.
During December, 2 permits were issued totaling $350. David Friend worked 6 hours at the hall, issued 2 permits and made 5 inspections. Dan Kozlowski made 2 mechanical inspections in November. There were no electrical or plumbing inspections. Expenses for December totaled $530. End of building report.
Any questions? I support, but I will add to it under the building permits. The clerk was having some problems today deciphering the building permits. The building inspector has been informed on how to fill them out. She is going to present him with a, this is how it's done template. And it's partial addresses, not phone numbers. And it's getting confusing. We have 2 new inspectors now. And they aren't getting the papers, they say, so I just want to know that the building department is gonna be sent plain pure copy about a file fill out the form. And if that doesn't, we're gonna have to make some changes. Okay, all in favor of that report now? You did that, didn't you? Okay, all in favor of the building permit or the building, thank you, report. Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Then the assessors report. Is
Yeah.
Karen-
Yeah,
Karen
she's
on?
here.
Yeah, I'm here. Do you want me to read it or do you want to read it?
Give a summary because it's pretty much the same.
I didn't hear what you said, Phil.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I conducted the personal property canvass and finished my building permit inspections for 2021 building permits. I mailed out the personal property statements with exemption forms, and the filing deadline for personal property filings is February 22nd. Just to let you know, too, effective with the 2023 assessment year, the small business tax exemption is going to increase from 80,000 to 180,000. We held the December Board of Review and granted appeals for principal residence exemptions and one taxable value recapping. The appeal hearings for March Board of Review, the Tuesday, March 8th will be the organizational at 1 o'clock. Wednesday, March 16th and Thursday, March 17th will be the appeal hearings. And I processed 2 land divisions for the 2022 assessment roll. And we did receive our AMR audit results, which you each have a copy of. And looking ahead, I will process the personal property tax statements as they're received and wrap things up for the 2022 assessment roll. And that's all.
All right, well, thank you very much, Karen, for the audience and the people here. Karen is our assessor. She's the one that sets the values on how much tax you pay, what you pay. She just underwent an AMAR review. And we received a letter. This is the second time the motion has reached 100% on the thing and being accurate on and satisfying all the state needs. And I'm sure you're all aware making the state happy is not an easy thing to do, period. They've changed rules, they've changed exemptions, they've changed stuff throughout the year, and then you got 30 days to correct it. You got 100%. I just think it's fantastic work on her part. So I'll make a motion to accept the builder's report as presented.
Second that.
Moved and supported, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries.
Thank you.
Under old business, Oldie, you'd like to bring up solar?
Well, I don't necessarily need to be the first, but I will.
That's the way I wrote it down.
Okay. I attended the planning commission meeting Tuesday night. Based on what I saw Tuesday night, I don't feel the township is prepared to review a site plan for a solar or wind project. The ordinance was written in 2020 during the lockdown period for COVID, and the residents did not have an opportunity to review or debate the ordinance. Much has changed since our solar ordinance was written. I feel our solar ordinance is very liberal compared to other ordinances in nearby townships. Tuesday night, there was mention of business personal property taxes. On the state of Michigan 2022 personal property form, item 2 pertains to solar and wind. It appears that solar and wind developers can get an exclusion on this tax. In addition, the state of Michigan is still working on how solar projects will or will not be taxed. Many individuals are passionate about their objections, and many who wanted to make public comment Tuesday evening didn't have that opportunity since the public comment period was cut short. Apex has indicated they hope to submit their application this spring. To be fair to our community, we need to have time for public review and comment on the ordinance. Therefore, I am making a motion to have a 1-year moratorium on any solar or wind applications and or proposals, and to have the planning commission revisit our solar ordinance and prepare a wind turbine ordinance.
Well, nicely written, point taken. I don't like the 1-year moratorium. I think we've established tonight it's gonna be reopened and gone through. I don't wanna put a 1-year wait on it if they can go through it, and come up with an agreement in 1 month, 6 months. The fact that it's reopened for, I say reopened, reviewed and what we've gone through, I think kind of covers that part of it.
What do you want it to be?
Hey,
tonight?
Phil,
This is a board meeting.
statement. You had a conflict of interest by talking. on
Yes.
this.
Yeah, you should have them be involved in this.
Yes.
I don't vote on it, I'm just saying. I'll tell you what, while you guys talk about it, I'm gonna go with the restroom. That way I won't be talking.
Don't read your rules, you can. Yes, you can.
No, he cannot. I
No,
talked
you
to the
cannot.
FTA
Anything that
today.
involves that ordinance, you can't talk about.
Yeah.
Can influence anybody.
Okay, just called in
Well, it's
today.
law.
Okay.
All right, well, seeing as how we went into the bathroom, we can talk then.
Well, he can listen to us
So we're gonna go back and relook at everything.
at the solar ordinance, and then
Yes.
have the planning commission write a wind turbine ordinance as well, because they're knocking on doors too. So if I recommended in the motion a 1-year moratorium, what's the discussion? Should it be 9? 9 months?
I think London just did a 6, didn't they? I think that's what I heard on their meeting.
Right there, trustee.
Time's up.
I think it was 6 months.
6 months?
Yep.
All right, then I'll
I thought in Tuesday night's meeting, that they said it was going to the planning commission, I thought, asked people to write down what they wanted, and they were gonna start reviewing it and already looking at it.
Well, I just want to make this clear that the board approves of that, of them doing such a thing. They're working at our discretion.
I don't remember ever talking about a moratorium.
I just
That's
made a
what you're
motion.
bringing up.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
Why not?
We brought up.
We brought up a moratorium. So
that was mentioned, but I don't think.
if it was mentioned, then.
They did not mention a moratorium, but I am making this
I did
motion.
actually. I mentioned.
This is a meeting.
Board meeting,
So I make a motion that we have a 6-month moratorium, and that'll give everybody time to look at all
You
this
gotta
stuff.
address.
you got a
her.
motion, yeah,
All right,
So
I
you
will
second it?
amend my motion. Making a motion to have a 6-month moratorium on any solar or wind applications and or proposals. And to have the planning commission revisit our solar ordinance and prepare a wind ordinance. I made a motion.
I'll second that.
Joel seconded. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? No. Okay, it's carried,
Passes.
3-4.
Back in it now. Cemetery ordinance corrections. We had some cemetery ordinance technicalities, we had to miss words. Did they get straightened out?
I would like to table this until next month because there's too much going on.
Okay.
And I don't think everybody came prepared with all of their remarks and what they wanted.
I know I didn't.
Okay, I would like to table it. I make a motion to table it.
Support it. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All right, table. The application for the new plumbing inspector, which is the son of the new mechanical inspector.
And
What's his name?
Olson whiskey.
That close enough for me?
Whiskey.
What's the first name?
Ryan.
Ryan.
And his dad is our new mechanical inspector. It's the same name, so I'm not gonna say it again. Story up. But anyway, this paperwork was received and I'm giving it entered because we said. We said we were gonna go ahead with that. And I just wanted you to know that this paperwork did come in and.
He meets all the qualifications, all the paperwork there, so that'll take it down to a better.
And he should start probably this month. I don't know if we'll have any
public inspection.
We'll have to see what's coming, right? But there's not a whole lot. All right. Got that new business of contract, and then renew the contract for Rick's Lawn Care. Right, so it's Rick.
It comes up April first of
2022.
And he, last time he presented it 3 years. So,
How long is he proposing this time?
I don't have, I just pulled out the old. one.
Okay.
I don't have anything from anyone, but I didn't know if we should put out notice of it.
No, we're happy with what he does. And as long as you're happy with the contract, you don't have to put it back out for bid. Rick has done us above and beyond as far as clean up and stuff that he doesn't have to do in the cemetery. So we can put it off for wait, see if he wants to do 2 or 1 or how year long time, but having to submit his. And I'll call Rick. And but I think, well, you call him. I don't think that they're going to put it up for bid. I don't.
Is it more, less?
He's less than everybody every time, majorly.
But what if he wants to increase his,
Well, we'll find out. I said to have him submit I'll call him. And then
Let's just put it in the paper for one time. You know, I think everybody's gonna get a chance. Yeah. I mean, I realize he does a great job and all, but.
Oh, we can put it out for bid. That's super fair.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's fair that way.
are you making the motion
It
to
doesn't,
put it out?
yeah, I'm making a motion that we put it out there.
Support.
Move to support, put the lawn care up for bids. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign, motion carries. Oh, removal of the river rated water. Is there much going on with that? as well?
I have not been to any meetings during this COVID.
They still existing though?
I still get notices,
Well,
but,
then,
and they're always asking people to come, so because you have to have a certain number of people attending to do anything. And
Right.
I don't know if that's even happening.
well, we still need to renew it.
Yes.
Regardless, hopefully this pandemic is partially over. I'll make a motion to renew the River Raven Watershed Council. Moved and supported, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Olga.
And everybody aye. We should have 2 contracts for the road commission.
Monroe County Road Commission sent me 2 contracts. The first one is for 1 mow with 1 pass, both sides of the roads and as far back as possible in all intersections, 100 feet in all directions. And the township's portion for that would be $7,250. And the other one is 1 mow with 1 pass on both sides of the road as far back as possible in all intersections, 100 feet in all directions. This is for, this is various roads. I guess it's for- The other one.
The other one was Danny White for our secondary mowing, I believe. 7,500. It's what we do every year, is a formality. I'll make a motion to approve the contract with NCRC. Move to support it, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye, hold same sign, motion carries. Meeting dates for,
I gave everybody on the board a copy of the meeting dates.
yeah,
They're posted on our website.
yeah, and I know Stephanie had requested them. You guys got them?
Perfect. The dates, yes.
Okay. Okay, the MTA conference, where's that at this year? Oh, Lansing. Is anybody gonna brave it?
When, I'll go also, but I need to know the date to cancel, so you get your money back in case I change.
Right, and do the pre-registration now and.
Yeah.
Okay,
So if you want to go, just make sure I know, are you going, Bob? Okay, are you going most days?
you guys should really work on your dates.
All right.
That's the 25th to the 27th.
Right,
Correct. And you could come up just on the 26th and 27th, you just go for one day.
I'm not sure if I want to be in Aruba or not.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
okay.
It's cold out. I don't
what a
wanna
terrible
mention any cold
decision,
weather.
you would give up
Yeah,
Lansing.
I didn't want to say it, but I might.
I don't know, people. I just drive up, I drove to Grand Rapids, I didn't even bother, I just drove up and back and that Lansing, so I don't have to worry about canceling or.
There you go.
All right, so they'll get that.
I'll have to look at the concern on this side. I'll let you know about it.
Decide which classes they're going to. Our budget workshop date, we have to have that before March, I believe, right?
Yes.
Do we want to do that?
I would like it before, well,
Well,
I would like it by the February board meeting.
I was gonna say before the February board meeting, so we can approve it.
Yeah.
You want to do it the end of January or
Sure,
first week of February or?
that either's fine. Better, earlier the better.
What
Tax
date are you
season's
looking at?
kicking off.
How about January 31st? For Monday.
And Monday's fine.
Monday? What time you wanna?
10 o'clock in the morning.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'll be out.
I'll call you up. Okay, can everybody be here?
Yes.
Yep,
All right.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Any issues from the clerk?
Not right now.
None? The treasurer?
This is positive pay, and it's almost becoming a little bit of a hassle. So what positive pay is, for the people that don't know, she writes the checks, they go out to the people cash them at the bank. Then the bank comes back to me and says yay or nay on them. The problem with that is it's being that I have to do it every single day. Sometimes I've gone fishing or I've done some other stuff, and if I don't catch it, you know, or at work, I should say work. I don't get it, right? And if I don't get it, then it bounces back, and then we have to start all over again. It's like an NSF check all month. So I'm trying to do it. If I get disgusted with it, am I allowed to cancel that?
Knowing what you went through, this was a safety precaution from somebody getting a copy of your check, getting the routing numbers off from it, and cashing it on another check. And our cyber technology and people and everything is really good at that. We had it happen to one of somebody's checks.
Right.
Monroe, or what, First Merchant Bank, because we have this program that we will send you an email every day of the checks. Did you write this to Jim Stoll or to Kevin Heath or Phil Heath? And you'll say yes or no.
Right.
And it worked out real great, except for one day he didn't get up and get the email in time. The check was turned in and it was denied. Okay, stuff can happen once, bad deal. The next time it happened again and it was at a different time. So it's kind of like he's got a 24-hour job to get up, check emails to see if somebody's turned a check in, and if they did, was it in time to get in there? So I said, in all honesty, we've only had it happen once in all these years that I've been around. If he wants to tolerate it, that's fine, it's got its merits, but we also have to pay for that service, and I don't think it's worth it.
Does the township have a check that was copied?
No,
Not the township.
no,
Oh, okay.
none of
I
ours.
was gonna say,
But it's to protect.
I understand what it is.
Right. It just is, it's almost, if this was a 9 to 5 job, Monday through Friday, it'd be great, but it's not. So,
And I tried to get into it over the holiday after what you and I went through, and I couldn't get into it again.
so I'm just gonna go with it for a little bit longer to see how it works, and then if not, I might be in.
If the problem, let the board know, but you have my backing.
Is there any alternatives?
You can pay online, you know, or not write the check, send them out, you know. Web.
I think that's asking for more cyber problems than it is just to write it. That's what I've always told people. I'll get more, write me a written check. It's on there, account number when you open it. I can't get into mine online because I
As
never
long
remember
as,
the wrong
yeah, as
password.
long as nobody gets your check, they can't, but it's, you know, somebody loses their check or somebody gets it. There's always somebody out there that can steal your check. You got your routing number and your tracking number, and you got their signature. If you found anybody's check, you could do that.
Right, that's why use your discretion as long as you want to put up with it. And if you opt to decide that it wasn't really worth the hassle, let us know and we'll just terminate it.
Other than that, everybody's paying their taxes happily. Not really, but they're paying.
Okay. Olga,
No, nothing.
nothing? Bob?
Nothing this evening.
Phil? Well, I've talked too much as it is. I hope we can all move forward and this work out good. That's all I say. Thank you for being non-rowdy tonight. I know there's a lot of emotions, and again, it kills me to sit up here and see friends and family and this stuff go on. But I was prepared. I took my blood pressure medication early. I'm all set. Brought my nitro. Now we're gonna go back to public comment, which Kevin, you are a non-board member, so if you have anything to say in public.
No.
Okay.
I think you should call the lawyer on the moratorium, because I don't think it's legal that way, but I think you just need to double check just to make sure.
Good, okay, good point. Just a simple phone call away.
No, I was saying just
No,
to cover
that-
it to make sure.
Let's cover every base proper. All right, public comment, Leonard, this, sir.
My name is Leonard Ostrander, Milan Township, plot of Azalea. I am a landowner. I have landowner rights. I believe in technology. I believe in progress. My wife's family's been here for a long, long time. And by my last name, you should be able to tell that I've been here a long time. My family started out in London Township in 1810. Okay? So let's go with progress. Solar. Does anybody know when solar started? Go ahead, answer it.
My dad was in business in 1980.
Wrong. 1884. First solar panel on top of a roof in New York City. Does anybody know that the White House actually has solar panels on top? Doesn't matter to any of you guys. You guys are all, don't care, you don't want it. I'm a landowner. I'm not a resident taxpayer. I pay on land. I should be able to have some say. I'll rest my case with my rights.
So are we.
All right, come on, we were doing really good, guys.
Just one comment. from-
Huh?
Just one comment from me. Anything that we throw at you guys, it's not personal. It's business.
I appreciate it.
I just want to say,
and I
it's
understand that, Bill.
business, it's business, because it's affecting us in other ways also, you know, so.
You know, I
It's
understand.
from a business standpoint, not any personal jabs, this and that, it's just,
And as long as it stays that way, it'll be fine.
yes.
All right, anybody else? Uh-oh,
Bill
sir.
Davis from Milan Township. I'm sure everybody here watches the news and reads the newspaper. How many times have you seen in the last couple of years that Texas or California has been without power because of no sun? My brother lives in the suburb of Dallas, Texas. He was without power for over a week and a half last winter because no sun. How many days have we had sun here in Michigan between November and April?
That could be true. That's it, but that was a power grid problem also. There's a lot, everything has got its circumstances. Is Michigan the sunniest state? Probably not.
California and Texas have got a lot more sun than Michigan does.
Well, I've got nothing to say. I hear what you're saying.
It's not question and answer, it's comment.
Yeah, so you just let me know that they got solar that don't work. Okay, we got you're into the new 5, okay.
What, it won't take 5 minutes. One of my comments is, all this solar going on around Michigan. What does Michigan have? We got freaking water everywhere. Why aren't we making hydropower? We've got it everywhere, every side of the state.
Because Nestle's stealing it all.
The lakes aren't going down that much. I mean, why are they picking on Michigan? There's a reason. There is a reason.
Thank you. Renee?
I think it'd be kind of interesting to know too that, like, so like just down the road, you know, like if you was on Ann Arbor Road, you were going south, like you're headed to Dundee, there's the big engine plant there that, so it was the Gema plant, and now it's a Chrysler plant. So, they made it was a big multi-million-dollar project because they wanted it to be green, and they wanted it to be like super duper green, which it is. And so like, you know, it's a huge plant, and you go inside and they've got all these lights, and they're trying to find out these lights that they had in, they were putting out, they wanted to be more energy efficient, so they went through, they actually patented and changed all 5,000 light bulbs so that they could have like more efficient light bulbs there, right? And I thought it was really interesting because that was in the powerhouse, right, of this big plant that's green, and it was like a research, and lots of money went into it, and they have like this water filtration system and the oil filtration system. I'm talking really fast, and so at any rate, you know, in that whole building, there's not one solar thing anywhere on it, and he works in the powerhouse. So you're like, this solar thing really works. Like they really researched this plant, right? Why is there no solar, no wind, no anything helping that plant go anywhere? And then so then if you look at the other buildings that are like, they have new industrial buildings everywhere. The big Cabela building is supposed to be, there's nothing like, I think it's something to be noted for, you know, beware. Why isn't it there?
Point taken. That's a good analogy.
Real quick, also one thing.
Yes.
Just one thing, my brother's chief of the fire department in Needham, Texas. And they've had solar fields that have been damaged due to storms and wind. Their hazmat unit has to be called in to do the cleanup. I just want the township to know that.
Apex had a meeting with the fire chief just to announce some of the hazards, what comes out of it.
Right, I just want people to know that these aren't good things. If they.
Well, the thing is, everything changes in technology by the minute nowadays, so I can't speak
This is
to
recent,
everything.
this is recently they had to do.
Yeah, okay. Clara?
To address Renee's concern, I am involved in a large automotive company, in which we have 7 plants within the United States, Mexico, and Canada. Currently, 6 of those plants operate their plants 70% from solar energy. These are automotive construction plants providing Ford, Toyota, GM, Chrysler, Mazda, Subaru, Nissan. and they have successfully done so. Continue to-
Thank you. That was a technology involved. I think we solved what we needed to tonight, getting it back to this ordinance. Working on the ordinance review and the moratorium, and they accomplished pretty much what I think the best we could accomplish tonight.
I just got one more comment.
Boy, you're using up my singing.
Just to talk about the automaker industry. There's one reason they do that. They don't pay any taxes when they're set if they do that. That's why they do it.
That is not correct in our case. anyways.
Out on the porch.
No, you got.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I want to bring, this has got nothing to do with solar. I just want to bring up, that you guys can take our road burners off. We've been talking about that for about 2 years now.
When is it gonna quit raining every time they grade the road?
Yeah, it's a whole other topic, but yeah. Our burners are getting pretty tall, and I just noticed last week we had
Milan Township, I can't tell you where, but it's scheduled for 20 miles of burn removal. I can't tell you where yet.
And I came for another reason, but I'm glad you brought that up. There are some areas on these roads that they've scraped and scraped.
You know, we've all talked to same
Yes,
people.
we have. And they've already scraped the damn road, so that it's already below the ditch line. I got ditches out there on Platte Road, and they're at the bottom of the ditch. It's time for the road commission to step up to the plate and build these roads up the way they.
Well, the problem with that is, and then we're getting off, okay, I shouldn't even talk to you, but I'm going to. It's $38,000 a mile for a 2-inch lift. Township roads, secondary roads are our responsibility. We can't go put a 2-inch lift wouldn't even fill in the bottom of your trench. So we're cutting berms, trying to get it to run off in 2 inches at a time here and there. Anything?
I got something to add.
Add that, then we're.
Okay, now, a few years ago, this so-called road commission we got converted all the rural roads over to the townships. Now, why wasn't that put to a vote when we're not these southern townships, we got money coming out of our highways. This is a poor farm community that doesn't have money coming out of their hinders. And where did the road commission get off taking care of the primary roads and not the people out here who live in these rural roads who have to suck it up every day?
Okay, I'll make it real simple, then we're gonna end it. Act 51 monies and stuff we get from the state, all our local gas money, Senator Dale Zorn is in charge of that. That's where it needs to be taken care of. Monroe County never had possession of our secondary roads. Monroe County helped out the township by taking care of them because we couldn't. That's why we have that road millage that we're now spending money on to work on roads. I know where you're talking about and what's going on, but in general, out of 54 miles of secondary roads, short of a rainfall, they've gotten much better. We've added a little here, a little there, and worked it, but you don't break it here and expect it to be fixed tomorrow 100%. We're gaining on it. As we got more millage money, we're putting more millage money out there and doing it, so.
I'm not putting it on the township, I put it on that stinking road commission down in Monroe County. They're responsible for these damn roads in this county, and they need to maintain them. And it's not on you guys.
Okay, well, you know who to talk to down there.
Oh, I do, but no, his ass, he retired Randy Pierce, which is a joke.
Yeah, but you got Dora now.
Oh, yeah, well, I got Zorn in this.
Okay. Leonard, one more thing, then I'm gonna call for.
No, I was just gonna say, technology has gone a long way.
Okay.
When we were young, we had rotary phones, now we got cell phones that fit in our pocket. Microwave said you were gonna get killed if you stood in front of them because of the radiation, so.
Give me an old time newspaper, I'll be dead any day instead of speaking.
All right, everything is pretty well discussed. I would like to make a motion to adjourn and thank everyone for coming tonight.
I'll second that.
Been moved and supported, all in favor, aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carries. And Eric, you know what's going on with you. Oh, yeah, you're gonna wanna make that stop for that.
I got some